Hey guys, this is Pikmin Master, and now an intermediate video. By that I mean like in between seasons 5.5 and 6. Announcements for season 6. There. Okay. So the first one. Okay. So as those who know in Skype already know that I'm going to start recording for intros at or before the 20th. So because I have a final that's due on the 20th. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to start recording for intros. Okay. Alright, next. I got quite a lot of Brawl requests. So, I guess, I'm going to start with Brawl since I got a ton of requests. So, I'm going to, I have, Brawl requests, and I'm going to tell you, the order in which we can do Brawl requests. I'm going to prioritize TK305 because, well, I talked to him quite a lot, so I'm going to give priority to him for, to start Brawl. Next, Green Prince Rukio, whenever we're going to Brawl. Next, Stelios, and then Apagon, and then another guy who recently commented on my channel, Mr. Karotico. Apparently he wants to brawl. Okay, sure. And then of course anyone else who wants to brawl. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have any requests for Kid S. I think not. No requests for battles, Pokemon battles. No requests for Mario Kart races or anything. None of that. Weird. Just brawl. I guess somehow that started popular, even though, to be honest, it's not my favorite out of the Wi-Fi sub-series. Wait. Okay, next, counters. This is a big one. Every counter will be reset for Season 6. No questions asked. So, yeah. So, all the counters I've had since, I don't even know when, Season 4, I think. But, yeah, all the counters will be reset, so no, there will not be a 100 fail. So, at least not for a while now. So, oh well. So yeah, for season 6, all the counters will reset, and for every new season, each counter will be reset. So that's kind of a rule for my channel. For every season, all the counters reset. Next, you know how on all the counters, right? You see a counter here, and I'm gonna change that. That the text, the color text, will be whatever the character is in counterattack. The speech text that each character has in the counterattack. Like for example, let's say I have the fail counter. The color will still be purple and white instead of white and black. Okay, and also like I did with late season 5.5, for the numbers on the counters, it'll be, as usual, it'll be red for the first to 50th instances, next orange from 51 to 100, and if I get 100, if I get a fail counter of 100, that will be yellow, and anything, any past 100 will be yellow. Next, also, any reverse instances of counters, let's say reverse turnabout, will be blue for 1 to 50, and will stack with whatever the counters. Like I say, if red is I have the third. I don't know. For example, let's say next turnabout counter will be a regular turnabout counter. The next one it'll be reverse turnabout, will be blue. It'll be one for last one. You get the idea. Yeah, it's the one I did. Anyway, blue from 1 to 50. Cyan, green and blue together. Will be 51 to 100, and from 100 onwards will be green. Yeah, it's kind of the thing I've done currently. So nothing new here. What will be new is how I changed some counters. I will change some counters. The fail and win counters, those two will get reverse instances. And now, let's say if my opponent does something awesome or something stupid that would increment a fail counter or win counter, they'll get a reverse point. Next, the blue shell and lightning counters will also get a reverse point if I set them up. And next, the mushroom counter will include usage of a golden mushroom in Mario Kart Wii. Normally, I thought I wouldn't do that because I actually initially didn't want to do that. But you know what? Since golden mushrooms are kind of somewhat a rare occurrence in Mario Kart, I might as well just add that in. And no, I'm still not putting regular mushrooms for the mushroom counter because that's so much a common occurrence that it's unnecessary to add as a counter. Because with me, I tend to do either rare occurrences or stuff that just happens. Not stuff that I tend to just, it happens at too common of an instance. Well, except for the log counter, but that's kind of a prove a point, so that's an exception. Next, I will add a new counter. So there will be a new counter. This will be the dead last counter. In other words, the opposite of a victory counter, in which I become last place in either Mario Kart, Kid Icarus, and Smash Brothers. No, I'm not including one for Mario Tennis. I'm not including for Pokemon because they're just one-on-one. So it's not necessary. I'll still include the victory counters there, but I'm not including the dead last counter because it's really one or the other. No point of adding it. So anyway, so yeah, this will be a new counter instead of like say a reverse victory counter. No, this will be a brand new counter. The character that will be included in this new counter will be introduced once the so-called Phoenix Neku arc of counterattack is over. And by that I mean, when every story arc will be named after the character or character it's focused on. Like for example, the current one is mostly focused on Phoenix and Neku because they appear more Phoenix and Neku because he appears more often, but because its villains are of Ace Attorney and Lenderthute, so it makes sense that they're the focus of the story arc. It's kind of the reason why I don't focus that much on, say, Iris. I don't focus on Rainbow Dash a lot because they're at the focus of the story arc. They will get their story arcs eventually once I file them up, but at the moment, no. Speaking of that, once that's over, once the story arc is over, I will not make a story arc for any time soon. Yes, I am thinking of like continuing story arcs after once the current one's done. However, at the moment, they will not be story arc. Just going to be like generic counterattack videos. Kind of the first one, kind of a generic one. So not part of a story arc. Anyway, there will be a limit to how many counters on my channel because so far I have 18 counters, and that's kind of a lot. However, I'm gonna set myself like a limit to how many counters I'll have. So, including the one I just mentioned, there'll be a grand total of 20 counters on my channel at any given time. Meaning that if I introduce this new counter, I can introduce one other counter and then it'll just be set, no more. Unless I drop one counter and add another one. That's it. Okay, next up, the intros themselves. Now, of course, I haven't recorded anything yet, so I can't tell you visually what's going to be in it. However, the music is another idea, because I pretty much have some of the music in mind of some of the intros. For example, I will tell you the music that I have confirmed or ones I know I'm going to use for some of the intros. For example, Pokemon Wi-Fi intro number 4 will have the Pokemon Typing DS boss theme. If you don't know what that is, you can look it up if you want. However, I'll tell you, make you remember. Remember Counterattack episode 3, where Kasai shows up? That theme, when Kasai shows up, that will be the intro theme for Pokemon Wi-Fi 4. And this is probably like the one of two of the current, intro themes that I knew for a fact that once I figured out what they are, those are going to be the intro themes. This and Top's intro 4, which I'll tell you what it is. Next, Brawl intro 4, it's most likely going to be Multi-Man Melee number 2, i.e. the main intro for Smash Bros. Melee. It might be something different, but it's the one I have in mind. Next, Mario Kart intro 4. Well, I'm trying to get a Mario Kart GP theme on this. Yeah, I'm going the arcade theme on that. But don't be surprised if I do something different. Okay, Kid Icarus Uprising, Intro 2. The current idea is going to be either Underworld from Brawl, when one Kid Icarus theme from Brawl, or Lightning Battle from Kid Icarus Uprising. The Phosphor theme, the one I actually did a Video Game Music Slowdown back in Pikmin. So that's going to be the ones that I have in mind. So one of those. But again, don't be surprised if I choose something different. Martinez Open intro, I have no idea at the moment. Same thing with Thoughts On. I don't know what to do with it. However, I think... See what I did there? I think a Press Layton theme will do. Because it makes sense to do Press Layton theme. Because, the current Thoughts On theme's kind of off. I'm thinking Press Layton theme will do good considering Press Layton. Top's intro 4 will be Twister Kingdom Mix. So that will be the Top's intro 4. So I'm not changing it to something else. That's gonna be it. And finally, the main intro. For the main intro, just like with main intro 5, I need some help because I want to kind of an exciting ice theme. Because I'm an ice person, so I want to have an ice theme for my main intro. Kind of like we did with main intro 5. I want an ice theme, but fits what we're making an intro. Kind of an intro-worthy ice theme. If you can give some suggestions, go right ahead. The intros that will stay as they are for the moment, which may or may not change, are feature analysis for the specific reason because 6th gen is almost going to show up, and feature analysis is going to be, it's going to be over eventually. So it's the only one with a specific time limit. Specific comment time. Speaking of comment time, 2013, its intro will stay. Retoss will stay as intro. And one other, which is, one other. And I'll probably if I tell you what it is, why I decided to keep that intro as it is, you'll probably see where I'm going with this. So it's kind of a spoiler. So I can't tell you that one is, because it's an intro I use, but not anymore, currently. But one I'm going to use, that I will inevitably going to use for a video coming up soon. Like, not one for later. Like I said, let's say, Mario Kart Quest submission for Wii U. Since the Wii U Mario Kart is not showing every time soon, maybe in E3, but I don't know if be surprised if it's not there. But I guess if I do that, once that shows up, I'll probably like change a bit of that intro. So, yeah. But the intro that will stay is a secret. Also, big chances that I haven't done this in a while. That if I get a lot of footage for all the current series I have, I'll probably make a good montage video. Just to see to show you what's going on for season 6.